Perfect. Well, we have a few people in, and I will let other people trickle in as they come. But we'll go ahead and get started. So, this webinar, we're going over reputation management, mainly the reputation mistakes that cost you business. I'm a client partner with Compass, and I also handle reputation management for our clients that opt in for that. So excited to chat about this and kind of give some insight into why your reputation is so important for your business, and also how to resolve any mistakes that are currently happening, or make your reputation even better. So we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, so what we'll go over today, it might feel a little repetitive at times, but I really want to make sure that the understanding of why your reputation is so important and how to make it the best it can possibly be comes through. So we'll go over why your reputation matters, the three reputation mistakes that most often happen, and then also an action plan you can take as well. So first, just to give an idea of what a Google Business Profile looks like when someone sees it right away, here are two different companies. Both are kind of in the plumbing, HVAC contractor space, and they have very, very different Google Business Profiles. And I just want to get an idea of if you were to search up plumbing services and say both of these companies came up, which would you be most likely to move forward with and give a phone call to? And hopefully we're saying the one on the right, the one on the left, just to give an idea of what kind of the things that are standing out to me are. They do have pictures, which is super great, but they also have really, really far, they have reviews that happened a long time ago. Those 2 and 3 years ago, it's really hard to even know if this business is still open, with having reviews from that long ago. And then on the right, we have a lot of reviews. They have a 4.9. They have reviews from 2 days ago. And a really big thing that people don't think about is that the owner responded to all of these reviews. So that's a really, really big key aspect. The 4.9 is obviously great, and having that with 246 reviews is awesome. But really being able to respond and acknowledge feedback is huge. For the ABC Home Services, the 2.3 is obviously a little bit of a red flag, but it's also only coming from 7 reviews. So maybe if they had the same level of reviews as the Elite Home Services team, they would be in the same space. So just something to look out for of it might not be that you actually have a bad review, you just might not be asking. Cool. And then, kind of to start off, your reputation is your very first impression. It is not your social media or your website. Most of the time, someone's going to find you on your Google Business Profile from searching a service or a business like yours. They're going to research online. They probably won't show up to your storefront before looking at what you do and looking at your reviews. And your online reputation shapes trust instantly. If you do have a lot of reviews, if you respond to them, if you have pictures of your storefront, if it's up to date, all those things are going to instill more trust in the people and customers that you are reaching out to or looking to have as a future customer. Cool. And then what makes up your reputation? So there's four main things that usually make up your online reputation. And obviously the main thing that I'm going to go over the most is your Google Business Profile. It is very, very often the first thing that people see when they're searching up either your business, a business like yours, a location, all of those things. That'll be the first thing. And then kind of following that is in your reviews and responses. So that's building trust, that's showing credibility, showing that you respond, and that people enjoy going to your business or utilizing your business. And then it will next be your photos and website. So that kind of helps people picture doing business with you. It gives you additional credibility, shows some professionalism if you do have a high quality website that shows everything you do and has maybe a form. Those types of things can also help someone picture the idea of utilizing you as the business. And then social media, that's going to reinforce your credibility and keep your business active. So social media is great because it obviously gets you engagement, can bring more people to your business, but it also is helpful where if someone's looking at your Google Business Profile and you have your Facebook and your website linked, and they can automatically go to those things, it shows that you have community and that you are engaging with your community and also builds your reputation. So, what do customers notice first? So, customers are going to notice first that if there's trust. So, are there ratings or reviews? And then next, is there activity? Are there recent reviews? Are there responses? Is the information updated? Are the hours updated? All those types of small things are automatically building trust and credibility to a customer. And you might not even be aware of it as a business, but those things matter, and having that activity and showing that you're active for your customers and potential customers is huge. And then also professionalism. Again, as I kind of mentioned, that photo and website, those build a lot of professionalism, just so showing what you do, showing how you do it. So there are three signals, and they happen so quickly that it can be a scroll. Like when you search up plumbers in Topeka, all those are going to show up in a list, and that is like the quickest scroll, and they might stop and be like, oh, they have good pictures. Like, I'll look at their website. And that could be the decision that makes them decide on you. But a lot of it honestly starts again with that like first point of like trust of having good quality reviews, having a good rating, and like having credible reviews where it has real feedback. I think this example is good on this photo of just saying like he was awesome, he was on time, had good pricing. It's a more authentic review that someone can read and then be like, "Oh my gosh, okay, so they will be within my price range. I can trust them to do a good job." So there's a lot of things that build into those three signals that automatically signal to someone that they should go with you or go with a competitor. Cool. So moving on to mistakes. The first one is just waiting for reviews is costing you. Even if you're not thinking about it, great experiences don't automatically become reviews. You could have a customer and you work with them and you're like, oh my gosh, we did such a great job for them. I'm so excited with how well we did. And this could all be an internal conversation within your business that might not ever get communicated to the customer that you had that experience with. Making sure that you let them know, like, hey, I feel like you had a good experience with us. I'm very proud of that experience. Would you be willing to leave us a review? Would you be willing to let other people know how we did? Whether that's on Google or on Facebook or whatever review platform, asking is a huge part of getting the reviews you want. And then fresh reviews build trust. So if you're waiting and you're like, maybe this will happen, you're already letting time pass before getting new reviews in. And having reviews weeks or months or even days, like that's super key, just to show that you're consistent and having people having good experiences with you. If your most recent review is from a year ago, that could signal to someone like, hey, they haven't had someone that's had an experience worth mentioning in over a year. So you do want to, make sure that you have fresh reviews so that it signals to someone that people do want to talk about you and people do want to let you know how you did. And then consistency beats perfection. So this is definitely a process where reviews are kind of a tricky subject because obviously a company wants 5 stars or like four and a half, like whatever it can be. You want the best reviews obviously. But at the end of the day, showing like consistency allows for if a bad review comes in, you have a buffer. Say you're at 4.9 and you have a 2 star come in and you're like, "Oh my gosh, this is horrible." But you have all these reviews of these 4, 5 stars that have come through and you're like, "Okay, so this is okay. I don't need to be perfect." But if you only have like 4 reviews and that comes in, that's going to really tank where you're at, and you're also not going to be able to have that history for someone to look at and decide. So just being consistent, trusting your business, trusting you, is huge, and just being consistent and asking people will beat having a perfect 5 star review. And then kind of just to give an extra, this is costing you fewer leads and lower search visibility because the people that ask for reviews and the people that are getting reviews are showing up at the top because they have the most activity, they have the most reviews coming in, and Google will put them at the top. So you want that visibility of showing that you're an active business that has things going on and customers and all those things. And then just lost trust. As I kind of mentioned, it's just something that can come up if a customer looks at your business and doesn't feel like there's active engagement going on. And then mistake number two is ignoring customer feedback. This to me is like my favorite because I feel like it's the one that we don't think about because the process in my brain is like ask for the review, get the review, awesome. Ask the review, get the review, awesome. And ignoring customer feedback is like the most key part to potential customers seeing how you respond to feedback. And I mean respond to every review. It could be something where you're like, I don't even know if this is about us. Like I don't remember this experience. But just responding to a negative review, a positive review equally. Because a negative review is just as much a chance for a second opportunity or a new customer as a positive experience. If someone leaves a negative review and you respond like with true authenticity of like, I want to resolve the situation for you, here's an email you can reach out to. I really hope that we can make this better, and I'm so sorry for the experience you had. That authenticity of like, I want to reach out and make this better, not only maybe would make that person second guess it and be like, okay, maybe I'll try this business again. Like they want to write what happened. It also signals to potential customers like this business values their customers and will resolve issues. If you are not replying to anything and it's just like, okay, the reviews are coming in and being responded to, those everyone might not be feeling like you're willing to be open to feedback and be appreciative of feedback and also resolve issues. So negative reviews are very normal. It's really not something to be worried about. It's an opportunity to fix something. It's an opportunity to have a conversation with someone. So really view it that way and really see it as an opportunity to have that type of conversation. Because at the end of the day, end all be all, you might lose this customer no matter what that had a bad experience. You might not. But number three is the biggest point. Future customers read your responses. They come up with the reviews. They don't have to search for these responses, but it matters and they will read them and see how you handle feedback from your customers. So again, costing lost credibility, missed second chances, and lower conversion of potential customers to your customers. And then mistake number three, our last one, is treating your reputation like a one-time project. Your reputation is never finished. It is an ongoing project of requesting and responding and improving and monitoring what your Google business profile looks like, what your website looks like, what your social media looks like. It is all in one and it is never a job that is complete. So always keeping your Google business profile updated, keeping your social media updated. Make sure that like your location and your hours align along other platforms so that people feel like it's a universal business that they're looking at. So there's a lot of things within reputation that is more than just a one time. And then again, as I kind of mentioned, monitoring, improving, and repeating. That is this reputation is that. Not everything you do will be a perfect fix the first time. You might have to rethink your strategy multiple times. And there's always room for improvement and finding ways to increase the potential of gaining a new customer. Because at the end of the day, you want to be the first business on the list when someone searches up um, an area within your services. Like you want to be number one. So that's the goal of this entirely. And then this is costing you customers choosing competitors, inaccurate information, and the opportunity for potential reviews. Okay. And then things that you can do this week just to kind of give you a game plan of opportunities you have. Number one is just updating your Google business profile. I feel like that's something that a lot of times we like make and then leave it alone. Like add pictures from this week, like take pictures of your business, the outside of your business, take pictures of places you go to if you are on site working for a customer, like genuinely just add any photos you have that obviously are professional and like would show your business in a good light. And then just ensuring your hours, your contact info, your description. You can pick like service categories, and like that also changes how people see you when they search up your business or a business like yours. So you want those to be accurate as well. And then two is just asking for reviews and responding to all reviews you currently have. Just to kind of game plan how you can ask for reviews, there's a lot of different ways. I'll kind of get into it of a platform that we have a little bit later, but you can ask reviews by texting your customers. You can email your customers. You can let them know as they walk out the door of like, hey, I'm gonna like, can you leave a review for us? We'd really appreciate it. You can do a QR code. There is an unlimited amount of ways that you can request for a review. All that matters is that you ask. And not everyone will do it, but asking is a huge, huge step of the process. And then just respond to all reviews you currently have. If you have not responded to your reviews in the past, that's totally fine. Just go respond to them. Like say like, hey, like whatever you have to say. You don't have to date it. Like it'll show that you responded that day, but just respond to them. It shows for people, and in the future, just as they come in, just reply to them. And then again, the most important is just having a process that you feel confident in and that you will use. If you have the most like brilliant process ever and it's something that you will only touch once and you're like, that was hard, that was really hard, then that is not the right process for you. It can be super simple. It does not need to be something that you do even every week. It can be something where, every time that something comes in, you just like go through and check. And you could even reach out to your customers once a month and be like, hey, monthly check-in. Would love to see how we're doing and would love to hear from you. It does not need to be a daily process, but definitely make it easy for you, and make it something you can just add into your day or your week or your month. And then how we can help. So we have a personalized reputation management platform for clients who opt in for that. We're able to directly request reviews and gather feedback. So through this platform, we're able to import client lists. So if you have a patient list, a client list, a people have visited, and you track that, and you know or if you have like at coffee shops when you put your number in, like that's a system that we could use as well. And through that, we're able to automatically send out templated review requests by email or text. And that is able to turn in customer experiences into reviews. And you're also able to pick who you want those review requests to go to. So it doesn't just go to everyone, which is also kind of nice. You're not kind of throwing it into the wind and hoping you get good feedback. These are directed at people that you really want to hear from. And then we're also able to monitor your reputation within that. So we're able to track reviews, ratings, anything that comes in across multiple platforms. So if you're getting reviews from Yelp, I'm still seeing those and able to reply to those and let you know that those are coming through. Google, Facebook, whatever platform you're getting reviews from, it's all tracked in this one platform. So that kind of helps if you're like, so I have to go to all of these places to make sure my reviews are getting replied to. It all comes through this one. And then able to respond quickly. The platform that I utilize has an AI tool where you put the brand voice, I'd put your website, I'd put some like additional information about your company, and it would actually create like a brand voice that would reply to reviews. All the reviews can be approved, so it's not like going off on its own, but it does reply within the hour that a review comes in. So instead of anyone having to manually go in, you can just directly reply. You can always edit responses. So if it is something where you see it and you're like, oh, I'm going to edit that a little bit, that's something you can do. But it is a great tool. I utilize it for Compass, and it's really, really helpful. And then last is we can also measure customer satisfaction. So I feel like a big thing about reviews is that fear of like, well, what if someone didn't have the experience that I thought they had? And that is what Net Promoter Score is game changing for. Net Promoter Score is a survey type where it gives the surveyor the option of 0 through 10. 9 and 10, 8, 9, and 10 are promoters, meaning that they would promote your business. They would be a good person to leave a review for you. 6 and 7 are neutral, so they just don't have a ton of effect on, really promoting your business. And then 5 through 0 are detractors. So that means that they would actually probably bring down your review score currently if they were to leave a public review. And so I'm going to show you kind of a video of what that looks like in a second. But that really does give you the opportunity to have a conversation with someone that you thought had a good experience before it goes public onto your Google business profile. So they can click that number that they want, it'll direct them, and then you're able to kind of identify opportunity to make things better before that review hits directly and is public. So I'll go to that and you guys can kind of see what this platform looks like. So this is where you can choose if you want to send an email or a text message. And then this is the NPS request. So I have it all templated out. I have our website linked, and I have it personalized so that the first name shows up when they receive the email. And then this is the NPS. So how likely to recommend us? I say 6. That brings us to this screen. So this says, do you have anything else to add? This goes directly back into the platform. So if someone is like, I honestly didn't have a great experience, I would love to talk to this person, like I'm kind of frustrated, it'll go directly to you and not hit your Google business profile. Now, if someone says 10, they loved working with you, it'll take them directly to the Google business profile and they will be able to leave a review for you. So it kind of offsets someone going directly to that platform and letting you know how they feel publicly. You can now handle that internally and make sure that they know that they're heard and understood, and that you want to resolve that issue. So that is everything that we can do. If you have any questions, let me know. I love getting to work with this, and I think that your online reputation is just as important as any other marketing tool because that is how you get new customers. That is how you build trust with your customers, and that is how you show up online. So, yeah,